Hello everyone, Canberra here, and welcome to another Magic the Gathering Arena video. This is a Gruul Landfall deck. So I took the idea of just building a deck for Gruul which is running primarily off Landfall, and anything that doesn't have Landfall, like Bonecrusher Giant, or, well, yeah, just Bonecrusher Giant, we can fix that. So you've got 4 copies of Vacuum Hellhound, so it gains +2/+2 whenever a land enters the battlefield. Skyclay Pickaxe, so you can attach it to a creature so that it gets +2/+2 from land entering the battlefield, which is useful because I can put it on Bonecrusher Giant or boost Brushfire Elemental or Vacuum Hellhound further, but I only have 2 of them because it's not really something I want to depend on. And also great and used for cliffs on other faces. Great bit of flavor text there. 4 copies of Scorching Dragonfire and Ram Through for some removal. 4 copies of Lotus Cobra to gain that land, or that extra mana. 4 copies of Brushfire Elemental, because it's quite a strong early game card. 4 copies of Bonecrusher Giant, because it's pretty much staple and not putting it in pointless. Your classic Scoot Swarm. I did, just to clarify this, I did try equipping Skyclay Pickaxe to Scoot Swarm, seeing if the copies of the Scoots would come in at +3/+3. They don't. Scoot Swarm still comes in at 1/1. However, it's still a good blocker. 3 copies of Kazandu Mammoth. 3 Ember Cleaves, just for that extra bit of damage in. And 2 Phylath World Sculptor. Now this is, I've been absolutely ripped on by this card before, and I actually quite like to try it out. The idea is basically you get a load of land on the battlefield, you play Phylath, get a ton of plant creatures, and then you play more land to give the plants +1/+1. So it goes from being a 0/1 to a 4/5. So you would do that to one select one, and then you'd attack with it. So eventually you get to build up your own little plant army. As for the land, we've got 10 mountain, 9 forest, 3 crack ramp, 3 pathways, and 2 fable passage for good effect. So the idea is eventually we just overrun our opponent within 3-4 turns, and carry enough removal to be able to make sure the your opponent can't keep much on the board. Hopefully there won't be any removal heavy decks. I'm really getting a thing for those now. I might actually build a mockery some of those or somewhat, because the amount of removal in this game at the moment is driving me crazy. So we'll just see how we get on. We're going to go straight into ranks. I know this deck will do well in ranked. And we'll just get right on into it. Okay, that's a pretty good hand. Let's get straight on into it. There we go. There we go. Hit in. Then we've got cards free. Stop. Right, we start getting some... I do need a 4th land. If I have to play Kazandu Mammoth, I'll play Kazandu Mammoth. Okay, that's fine. Take the 2 damage. So you just get to giving yourself 4 damage for no real reason. Fine. That, and it doesn't come back again because I need Mammoth out. I do need a I would really like a Fable Passage off the top. That'd be useful. Then we just ram through both. And then we win. Easy. No, that was some good draw curve, actually. That was quite fun. Anyway, on to the next game. Okay, yeah, we're going to start off with the Akum Hellhound and go from there. The one mountain should be able to get away with that. Ooh, I don't like that. I know what that means. So we can get Kazandu Mammoth on the field early. Oh, now that's interesting. Might be Esper control. So you need to be careful. So play out the Kazandu Mammoth. So we can get a Fabled Passage off the top. We can do some massive damage here. So at least get a huge amount of damage in before the inevitable board wipe. Or they'll just fucking scoop. I guess they didn't have a good hand. Alright, I'm probably going to keep that as a quick one and we'll try and play a couple more games rather than normal 4 or 5. So, on to the next game. I think even on the play, I can't keep that because it's no guarantee of mana. So I'm going to have a mulligan there. See, that's better. Better. I will just have to move... Yeah, we move Phylath. Go here, go here. Probably going to play Kazandu Mammoth as a land. Oh well. Get hit in that. Okay, that's fine then. On the bright side. Yeah, I know. But this is the exact kind of deck I don't like playing against, where they just have masses of... Yeah, I feel like this is going to be quite a removal-heavy deck, and then you're going to take over the board late game. It's pure, like, Dimir, control-y Dimir kind of thing. Right. So what are we going to do? Hit in that. Oh no, it's Dimir Rogues. Of course it is. Oh my god, does anybody play anything else? Like, actual, like, salt moment here, but, like... It's like there was a while ago I was trying to record for a particular deck and I faced something like 3 or 4... Don't crack around... No, let's crack around. Yeah, I faced, like, 3 or 4 Dimir Rose decks in a row. Once you get to, like, platinum level, there's almost nothing else. Feels like. Yeah, that's beyond insane. Their entire hand is basically just counter spells. That's fucking crazy. So now they can just attack out with Brazen Borer. So I'm basically not going to be able to play anything for the rest of the game now. Yeah, that's fucking... This is fucking crazy. There's, like, nothing that I can do. Because their entire hand is just nothing but counter spells, looks like. Okay, so I'll get the hit in there. Yeah, this is dumb. They've just got nothing. They've got nothing but counter spells in their hand, and they're pretty much won now. Because everything I did was everything they had was a fucking counter. I'll give it a good shot. Yeah, that's frustrating. Unfortunately, like, basically everything in the hand was a counter spell. Or a bounce spell. I couldn't get anything off the board. I couldn't play anything off the board. It's, you know, it's kind of Dimir control, Dimir rogue kind of shit. Where just everything they play, just make sure you don't get a board presence at all. Anyway, we'll just go on to the next game. I can keep that. Huh. Team of deck. I think I should probably play out the crack. Do I want to play out the Crag Crown or do I want to... I've got options. I'm trying to think how I could play it. Ooh, rather hard to kill. Okay. So... might take a risk on just keeping that alive for a turn and then just dropping in the Timber Crown and just using Ram through. Ooh, he's also got the Mammoth. Okay. Have to take that too. There we go. And I can play my own Kazandu Mammoth and then roll with it. I don't think we're quite in a mirror match here, but... Oh, not the Scoot. Oh, hell. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so I can play File Out the World Sculpt the next turn. I'm gonna play the crack run, actually. We do that. Boost, boost, boosts. Aha! Oh, he's also got File Out. Alright. Okay. I'm not entirely sure why he scooped that. I mean, I know I could have wiped out Rider Heart of Keld, but that's very odd. Okay. I can keep that. So play out the Kazandu. Yeah, I know exactly how we're going to do this. Kazandu Valley into Brushfire Elemental, into second Brushfire Elemental, into Fable Passage. Perfect. Give him a bot. I think this might be another mirror match. Oh no, this is Boros. It's a doggy! Anyway, step on dog. Shame. Would never hurt a dog in real life, but that thing had to go. Anyway, right. Need a little land off the top, ideally. Then we can get cooking. Right. I mean, it's... Escape cost, it's... Alright. Civvy blocks. Yeah. Can really need land. It's gonna be a massive problem if I don't get land in. So he's got the full banner open. Again, I need the land. Don't tell me I'm not going to get any land. That ain't good. Yep, this is literally how I die. I die through basically being completely mana screwed. Gonna have to hold back the giant to block. Really irritating. I'm literally missing... That's one thing with landfall decks. If you don't get land, you're basically up a creek. But... Oh, shit. That's not helpful. Only got one blocker. Finally. Right, I guess. Scoot. Cobra. At this point, I just kind of need the blockers in. Don't you, like, need to block the Well, that's a massively awkward way to die. You lose because you can't get any cards on the board. Yeah, that's fucking irritating. Yeah, that's fucking stupid, that. I can keep that hand, because I'm on the play. And make sure this goes out as Timber Crown Pathway. No, I need to wait. Lotus Cobra Tribal, apparently. We'll search for a... Yeah, we'll get the forest. Hey, just take the 6 damage and that's fine by me. Those is going to be a Selesnya counter deck. Take 3 there. Perfect. Reds, green. He takes 6 here, he takes 6 here, which is fair enough, but I wouldn't. I can block with the plants, so... Yeah, I didn't think you would. Oh, this is a legendary creature. I thought for a moment it wasn't legendary. I was like, oh, yes. Let's grab a mountain. That went pretty well. So basically, block or die. There's no way you survive this without. Yeah, you take the least damage. Yep, and then we're done here. Too much power too quickly. Anyway, we'll end it. We'll end it on that one. So anyway, to the outro. So yeah, I think this is a pretty strong deck actually. It pressures your opponent really quickly. It's probably slightly better on the play naturally. But I think the 2 defeats I ended up getting, as you saw, was 1 to basically land Screw, which in a in a landfall deck being starved of land to play is a bit of a problem. And just Dimir counter everything. My opponent was literally just sitting there, mana on the board, and just countering everything I tried to play, which drove me absolutely crazy, which it kind of does. I'm really going to have to think about making an anti-rogues deck at some point. Might have to net deck that one. But, yeah, otherwise I think this is really, really good. Especially, obviously it's preferable to play Kazandu as a creature, but if you have to play it as a Valley, it can be quite a strong card. Phylath is really good. I didn't actually realise that the counters stay on the plants, which is really strong in itself. But yeah, so the only shame was that we didn't get to use Embercleave a bit more, because it would have been quite fun to just end the game by doing that. But that's the way it goes. So I think it was, it was a fun deck. I would definitely recommend building it. Probably build, if you want to make some changes, take out Scoot Swarm, put in something like Questing Beast, put in sort of a more traditional Gruul, make it a bit more traditional Gruul deck. Skyclave Pickaxe I actually do quite like, because it can turn something that you wouldn't normally use to rely on for land, and it can turn it into a pretty hefty card. So yeah, I would certainly recommend at least trying it out in ranked. So if you've enjoyed this video, feel free to leave a like, and if you want to see more, you can always subscribe. This is normally the space where the Yu-Gi-Oh! Cross MTG, Yu-Gi-Oh! X MTG episodes come in, but I'm kind of still half building the deck for the latest episode. That'll come along sometime this week. But thank you for watching. Cambear out.